round four rather. Round four. We are 1 and 2 right now, so we need to. This could be it for us. Stadwald. Want to play first, of course. It's okay, I guess. We'll keep it. I don't like this hand at all, though. It's mulling to 6, which is, of course is good for us. So we'll go and play the Sapphire here. And we'll have a turn 2 Hypnoscientist. We do have Crackling Bolt and Heat Wave for any early drops you might have, but honestly, like, this deck is, the Winter Moon deck's trying to go long and play Crocosaur and things like that. So it's kind of a control deck that wants to get into that late game. It can gain a lot of life, which can put it out of range of our face damage that we're trying to deal with this deck. Okay, well that's good for us. Yeah, we really needed that. So that way we can play this Mentalist, and Counter Magic will be live as well. Okay, there's a Wild Shard, so he's got his shards that he needs. Of course, we'll just go out our Mentalist, pass the turn back. I don't think he's going to have anything super crazy that we would have needed to counter there, so might as well get that Mentalist in play and we can just sit on board for a little while. Mentalist matches up pretty poorly for him against his whatever you call it. Matches up pretty poorly against his the 2/2 that deals fighting damage. Now if he plays Quick Brown Fox, we can counter it. Of course, he can just shuffle it in. He probably has a playset of Quick Brown Fox in there as well, so you do have to be aware of that. We got Hypnoscientist coming next turn. We'll have Counter Magic backup for it, so things look pretty good right now for our board state. We also have a Crackling Bolt if we need it at some point in time here. Carnosaurus, that's what it is. Carnosaurus. Yeah, Carnosaurus and Mentalist don't. That's not a very good matchup for Carnosaurus with the Mentalist on the table there. Plays the Dreamwalker, Dream-Soaked Mystic. We could just bolt it. So probably just do that. Although that leaves me. No, it doesn't leave me open. I can still bolt it and still play Counter Magic, so I'm just going to do that. Resolve this guy. Make it so that guy can't block. I'm not sure how afraid of the Dreamsmoke Mystic I am, though, honestly. Although it does let me play an additional troop here, so it lets me play my Rock Elemental, so that seems kind of relevant. So we'll do that. I could still counter here. A nice 6/6 in play for next turn. Swing through and we get to draw a card, so it's looking like a really good board state, a really good opening for us to finish out strong on this match for now. He could play Crocosaur. We have Counter Magic for Crocosaur. Obviously we'll counter that. Yeah, we have a lot of countering targets. We'll probably side in our 4th Counter Magic here just because we just don't want to deal with Crocosaur. I guess he needs 3 wild for Crocosaur though, so it'll be quite a while before that's relevant for him. Okay. We got an Azure Fate Sorceress, so we can always end step that, which is usually the best time to play Azure Fate Sorceress. So he's got a response here to our attack. He's going to Time Ripple our Rock Elemental. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, if we counter it, we win, right? So 6 plus 5 is 11. It's 13 damage, so yeah, we might as well counter and just get the win in right now. I mean, I guess I could have done something else there, but then, yeah, I might as well just take the win here. Yeah, that's a really quick board for us. Yep, quick games. So I think we definitely want some more counter magic in here. Although countering things isn't great for us. Buccaneer might be okay. I'm not sure. I don't think Heat Wave is actually going to do too much for us here, actually. So let's go ahead and pull the Heat Waves and the Burns. Maybe go with Buccaneer and Time Ripple. Might be better for us here. Fisher Smith. Actually, another Hypnoscientist seems pretty good. And maybe the Eldritch Dreamer, because I don't think he can really stop the Eldritch Dreamer either. The counters are a big deal. Time Ripple actually might not be that great. Here. So yeah, let's get that extra Eldritch Dreamer, throw that gem in him. Now he does have Crocosaur, but a single Eldritch Dreamer by himself can't be Crocosaured. So there is that. So we're going to save the deck and push on to game 2 here. Stadwald. I should give him that GLHF as well. I always miss it in the first game these days. I get too focused. Yep, that's definitely a keeper. Just need to draw one resource for most of our hand to be live. Here he opens up with that Howling Brave. Yeah, maybe I wanted to keep some of those burns to stifle Howling Braves, but I really just need to stop the big drops, I think. Let's play this for Sapphire. And then we get to drop Hypnoscientist next turn. We do need to draw a resource here, so we can play the rest of our hand. Yep, taking one from the Howling Brave. It's really not too much of an issue. Yet, at least. There's a Crackling Bolt, so I can stifle him if I Crackling Bolt his Howling Brave here. That could be important. Stifling his plays. I think I just play Hypnoscientist. I think I can. I think I'll be fine. He could play a, what is it called here? A Master Moss. It's kind of a big deal if he gets that. No, he doesn't have it. He only has 2 resources, so I'm really, yeah, actually I just Crackling Bolt him. He's stuck at 2 resources, so that's really unfortunate for him. At least it looks like he's stuck. Plays a Carnosaurus to just, I guess, get some more damage in, so that may have, okay. So, yeah, we'll just burn this Howling Brave to keep him behind and take the 2 next turn off the Carnosaurus. Eventually we'll have Hypnoscientist hitting the table. Azure Faith Sorceress and Eldritch Dreamer as well. I do have Counter Magic open as well. Oh, there's that resource he was looking for. And Crackling Bolt his Carnosaurus if I feel like I need to, but I don't know that I'm going to need to. Keeping Counter Magic up is probably the best thing instead of Crackling Bolt here. We'll go ahead and play this for Ruby, so that way in case we draw into our, whatever his name is, guy, that we can use that. And we'll pass the turn back, and this way we've got Counter Magic up in case he plays, once he draws that extra resource, he's going to play a Scout at the end of the turn. I'll take 5. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that's okay, right? I want to resolve it. I think that's okay. I'm going to take 5 here, and then I play like, I start going crazy with all this stuff. Really am afraid of like bigger drops than that, so I think I'm okay. If I really have to, I can sit. I'm waiting for like the really big drops. Take 5 here. 5 is really relevant though. That's fairly relevant. I give 5 back. I'm behind on my clock though, so that's kind of a problem. to end step an Azure Face Sorceress. Actually, I guess I could have Azure Faded in response to Hypnoscientist there as well, but now I can bolt one of them. Then I still have counter magic up, and that feels pretty relevant. We're going to hold off on this until I can play like an Azure Fate Sorceress. So I'll just bolt his Fox Scout. He's going to play a Fox Scout to stop me. I'm going to counter that one. Still kind of afraid he's going to drop something big here and stabilize, and then I won't be able to deal with his ward. I can play... I probably... Arsaurus, okay. Yep, that's good for him. Gain that life. Take two. So now I get to give him another full turn. He's going to shuffle in some of those cards. Those cards are fine for him to shuffle in. So I'm going to take another 2 points of damage here. So I'll play an Azure Fate in his end step here, take 2 points of damage. Really want to avoid... He doesn't have counter magic up with only one Sapphire, so that's fine. This way I can play an Azure Fate here, and next turn I can play another Azure Fate, and then play my Champion Power. Maybe just do a ton of damage there. Okay, play our Azure Fate here. Shouldn't be able to counter. He doesn't have the 2 Sapphire. Time Ripple. I think I still deal the damage. Yeah, I still deal the damage. I can counter if I need to. You know, I feel like I just need to start taking some ownership of this board state. Am I okay if he deals 2 more? Yeah, I might as well just stay defensive. We'll stay defensive here. With the counter magic in hand especially. And I can still end step in Azure Face Sorceress. I want to play this one though, because I want it to get the buff off of that one. That's fine, I'll take 2. Shuffles in some cards, sure. Okay, let's try this again. Can't counter again. Stuck at 4 resources. I'm thinking he probably has a Crocosaur in hand. He just can't play it because he doesn't have the 5th resource. Let's go ahead and go another one of these. Confirm. Some more damage. And we'll go with this. And let's see what we end up with. Another... Is that game? close. So I've got my blocker now. Now if he Crocosaurus here, I'm in big trouble. Oh boy. Redrew the Fox Scout, so he's going to make that trade, obviously. It's pretty good. We couldn't counter there. But, I mean, next turn we've got a Hypnoscientist to basically deal 5 damage to his face. So I don't think that he can... Unless he can deal with Azure Fate right now. There's that Crocosaur we were talking about. Yep, I can't counter. Sitting on that for quite a while. And he gains his health back. So we'll probably play Eldritch Streamer to stabilize here, to stop this damage. We can actually defend it with our counter magic now. So that seems pretty good. You can't block it. We get to draw cards off of it. Probably won't bury the Hypnoscientist. We kind of need it to do things. So we're gonna, yeah, we're good. No to the Buccaneer. No, sir, Buccaneer. Unless he has another counter here. Yeah, there we go. Double counter. So. Good for him. Taking 2 here. Off of the Carnosaurus. It's getting close. It's getting down to it. We'll play another... Actually... Make it look like I have more counters in hand. So we'll play another Eldritch Streamer here, as if I have a counter in hand. Touch this card a little bit. As if I'm waiting to counter his next play. Yep, shuffles in that Crocosaur, I would. And the counter, of course. He can swing if he feels confident that eventually he can get that last point of damage through. I can't really swing, so... Yeah, probably the biggest mistake was swinging with my Azure Fate Sorceress. Although I guess he just would have Crocosaured both of those instead, and so maybe that would have been worse. Because then I would have to have a Crocosaur on the table too that I'd have to deal with. Let's go and draw a card here. Get an Eldritch Streamer. So I probably should have played the Eldritch Streamer first. Can't really Buccaneer anything here. Yeah, let's go ahead and still looks like I have a counter in hand. Oh, he has a counter. Okay. Yeah, I should have played that first. Buccaneer his Carnosaurus, because then he just trades my Buccaneer, and I just have to deal with a Buccaneer. He's not going to hit my Eldritch Streamer with it. He can gain some life off of it, which is not the best for me. There's a Howling Brave, that's fine. Carnosaurus to make the trade. Swing for 2. He's got 2 attackers, and I can't attack now. So I have to block with what I've got. I could Buccaneer his Buccaneer. I could swing. Howling Brave, and still play Hypnoscientist. Let's play these first before I go to the combat step. Howling Brave. So I have 2 blockers up. Let's play these. for 3, draw our card. Hope that he doesn't draw Crocosaur. We have to play this Ruby Shard because we need more bodies in play. We got 2 blockers. We'll double block if he attacks. Hopefully he doesn't draw. He didn't draw the Crocosaur. Logger Syrian. Ugh, that's rough. I can stop it. It doesn't do anything. Let's see if I draw a card off of Eldritch Streamer. Maybe I can draw a burn spell here. I mean, I could have swung with Hypnoscientist, but then he just blocks. No, that is not what I need. I get a 4/4. Alright. Big mistake on the swinging with the Azure Face Sorceress. Crackling Bolts, still okay. Fisher Smith, maybe. Got a lot of stuff on the ground. Yeah, Fisher Smith might actually be good here. So let's go with the 2 Fisher Smith and Crackling Bolt and save. Definitely going first here. First. And we're good. Oh, and a Reese. We'll keep. Now, Reese does fail pretty hard to a Crocosaur if he does have the right Crocosaur and I get a bad pull. We're going to go Resource here just because I feel like I need to get that early resource. Could have gone with the Azure Fate Sorceress. I did have some time to pull it, but I feel like I just want to kind of make sure that I can play like the 4th resource right now at this point in the game. I mean, I guess I probably should have gone with the Azure Fate, but we'll see. Actually, they should be able to see like when you're touching your cards, I think. I believe he can. They changed that recently. I think that I've seen cards move. I know that. I've seen people's cards. I feel like I've seen cards move in their hand for my opponent now. Like if they rearrange them and stuff. If not, if that hasn't been implemented, I think it's something that needs to, you know, for the aesthetic, to make the game a little bit closer to playing it physically. I think that would be an important step for the game to take. Be a good thing to do if they haven't, if that isn't in. So it looks like, you know, you might be right, actually. I don't see his cards moving around at all. I could have sworn I used to, that has happened. Let's go and make it look like we can counter here. So we'll pull up a Sapphire Shard. So now we've got the 2 Sapphire and the 1 Ruby. So it looks like we can counter. We might have it. We've got 5 cards in hand, which is quite a lot. Yeah, it looks like I should have stuck with the Azure Fate Sorceress, as I've now flooded a little bit. He can counter Reese, and we don't really have a good response for that. Oh, there's our Azure Fate. We'll go ahead and play the other Ruby Shard here. And we'll end step. We'll Azure Fate in our end step here. In his end step, rather. Stat involves end step. He's playing resources like a mug. He's played. Oh wow! He drew one of the arcane focuses that he put in his graveyard. At least he can't counter our Azure Fate here. Although he could. Let's see. What could he do? Now he can counter it. He might counter. If he has counter here, oh, never mind. He's just drawn through that deck, searching for whatever he thinks is going to set him up well. He's done a lot of searching, so he may have the right stuff to deal with the Reese on board here. He's got enough that he can now, well, with the Howling Brave, he can now play a whatever it's called, a Crocosaur. So we may need to kill that Howling Brave next turn, just to hopefully remove his ability to Crocosaur. As long as he doesn't have a resource in hand, which is very unlikely. It's very likely he has a resource in hand with as many arcane focuses as he's played right now. We'll go ahead and Fate Cannon away, right? Fate Cannon deploy, sort of. Now we could also play the Eldritch Dreamer here, but that's like just playing right into the Crocosaur. He's discarding a shard, so he probably, yeah, he definitely has the shard to play what he needs if he's got the Crocosaur here. I don't really want to swing. Well, he has one resource he can get. Is this guy... Looks like he can activate this guy? Or no, he can't. He can't activate him. He just came into play. He's still Misty. Eldritch Dreamer or not to Eldritch Dreamer here. I think I hold off. We'll hold off. And then I'll wait till Reese comes into play. We'll get as much damage as we can. And I won't even swing in here. Just in case. Just in case. We'll see what happens here. Now he may have Carnosaurus, which would be a problem. I am kind of representing that I could counter here. Actually, I probably should have put Burns in just to deal with Carnosaurus instead of Crackling Bolt, so that's kind of a play mistake. It's kind of a big play mistake. I should have Burns instead of Crackling Bolt for Carnosaurus. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Just waiting to see if I do something in my end step. I'm guessing he doesn't have the Carnosaurus here. He probably has the Crocosaur, though. Luckily, he can't Crocosaur on my turn. So that means Reese comes down. Counter magic. Yep. That'll take care of Reese, for sure. We do get to do this, though. It's going to Time Ripple. I guess I resolve Time Ripple. And then replay Azure Fate Sorceress. Because it's quick action speed. Unfortunately, I don't get to Eldritch Dreamer. My Eldritch Dreamer won't get buffed by the Azure Fate Sorceress. Only 3 damage. So something tells me I'm going to get Crocosaur here. I smell a Crocosaur, and it's going to be a really bad board state for me if that happens. And there's really nothing I can do about it. I guess I could have waited till his end step again to play the Azure Fate. Maybe that would have been preferable. Yeah, that probably would have been preferable. No Crocosaur. Please, no Crocosaur. Crocosaur? He's looking at my... You gotta be looking at my resources being like, yep, there it is. Yep, that is. So, yeah, some play mistakes here, definitely. Especially... Huge play mistakes. Huge play mistakes. I can't deal with Crocosaur at this point in the game. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, totally had my hopes dashed by this. I think the Winter Moon deck is good, but I still feel like it's kind of a tier 2 kind of a deck. Especially with as much Mono Blood is out there. And it feels like it kind of loses still to other things. We're going to hold on to this in case we need to do some face damage. We're going to take 5 here, and then deal 3 back and draw some cards. Yeah, looks like, yep, sure. Quick brown fox, sure. So it looks like I'll take 8 here. It's a lot of damage. I wonder if he's running 4 Crocosaur or 2 or 3. He's probably running at least 3. Yep, take 8. Looks like I might have to Crackling Bolt that quick brown fox. Better Rock Element. Oh, and then Augur of Sirion to just seal the deal here. Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. That's probably going to be it for me for today. Because I don't see myself coming back from this. See, I can take 9, 10. Yeah. If I kill that one, play this guy. Just play into another Crocosaur. Might as well, right? Might as well at this point. I can do it. Hey, what's going on, Botero? It's been a while. Hope you're having a happy Christmas time period, holidays, and all that. I can do 6. He can do a lot. He's doing 9 here. I'd have to top deck like... I'd have to top deck 2 Crackling Bolts. There's only 2 more in the deck. I'd have to top deck 2 Crackling Bolts to win here. That's what would need to happen. Because I'm doing 6, and that would be 6 more damage, which I can deal all at once. And he would have to not counter. So that's a lot of things that would have to happen here. Counter Magic doesn't really help at this point in the game. We'll go and swing through and draw our cards, because we're pretty much dead anyways. Draw and draw. Arcane Focus is not going to be enough to get me where I need to go. Oh, he's going to counter it? Yeah, I'm countering that counter. That's right. Counter the counter. Mine's full art. Oh, double. Oh, look at this. Counter wars. It's just like, I don't even want you to Arcane Focus. Just in case something crazy was going to happen. Let's just call it good games here. And that's going to be the end of the day today, which is fine for me. You know, I have plenty of other things I could be doing. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the day. Because basically once you lose 2, there's no way you can top 8. And you know, honestly, I did make at least 1 play mistake in game 2, and then in this game, I had some difficult decisions. I don't know if they're necessarily play mistakes, but yep, that's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So yeah.